Welcome everybody to the 6th episode of the Maze of Thoughts. Don't leave your thoughts incarcerated within your mind. Let them out. Let them roam free. Expand the knowledge and the wisdom of others by transforming your thoughts into words. Let your thoughts find their own path through the maze. The Maze of Thoughts. Today, it's just gonna be me and DiceDracul because the other guys had some, some stuff they had needed to attend to, important stuff. So it's just gonna be us. So how are you doing, Dice?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to get this party started.
Hell yeah, you lagged you lagged a lot there, but it's kind of funny. All right. Anyway, so before we start, just do a little bit of announcements and stuff. Let us tell you about the social media where you can find us, so that you keep with the news. First and foremost, Castbox.fm is our primary platform where this podcast is hosted. So click or tap the subscribe button so that you get notified every time a new episode comes out. It also helps us a lot reaching broader audiences and more people that might need to hear some thoughts. You can check us out on Twitter at Thought. Actually, we changed that, so it's Maze Podcast now altogether. Our Facebook is facebook.com/Maze of Thoughts Podcast, as well as our Instagram, same thing. If you'd like to interact with us through Twitch, the link is twitch.tv/maze_of_thoughts. Very important to keep the underscore there. So head there and give us a follow for notifications. As well, our Patreon can be found at patreon.com/Maze of Thoughts. And if you'd like to join us for conversation, participate in future podcasts, or listen to us while we record, you can check our Discord at https. I don't know why I keep this in the file. This is kind of stupid because, anyways, it's discord.me/MOT podcast. All right, now getting into it. So there's some topics that I kept from the first episodes that I didn't, get to discuss because we kind of changed our ways to do the weekly topic stuff. And there's a couple things here. So as someone from this modern era, this modern age, as someone who's 18 years old, what do you think of the face tattoos and shit? Because I heard labels actually require that sort of stuff for artists to get signed.
Oh, like what the rappers do with the face tattoos.
Well, rappers is kind of stretching it. Let's just say
performing artist, I guess.
Well, artist is
still stretching it too?
Yes. Performers, let's say performers.
Yeah. I really like tattoos. I think they look nice, but I'm really scared of needles, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get any. But I feel like they could be tasteful. I've seen some people who get the face tattoos that actually look pretty nice. Like I thought Lil Peep, like if you know who that rapper is, I thought his tats look really nice on him and stuff. No idea? Yeah. I think it just depends on the persona too.
I'm very happy that I don't know any of those idiots, because holy shit. What they do is not music. They completely just create plastic, trash, repetitive bullshit.
Earlier, I was
forgetting about the musical, again, stretching it, but forgetting about the musical side of it. Let's just talk about the tattoos and stuff. Like, what do you think about labels requiring these people to do these things? Because you got to understand that once they get a face tattoo, unless they remove it, which is going to be hard, they're basically unemployable from that moment on.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really just like selling yourself out to or like selling your soul to this like company and stuff. Like that's how they really pin you down for you not to leave them if you're like doing all this stuff for them. But I feel like for the most part, most rappers or like if that's kind of how we're generalizing, because that's the main group who's getting these face tattoos. Like, I think for the most part they're okay with it, because I haven't heard any like public uproar on their part. But like personally, I think it's kind of I don't know, really like manipulative to have it be required for them to like tatter their face up and stuff just to work for the album, because they forget about the musical aspect of it, and they're kind of focusing more on like the character of the rapper,
Yeah, that's an issue that I have with 2018, which is like looks is more than...
it's more important than the music, which is kind of something I dislike a little, because then you get a bunch of like half-assed songs and stuff, because they're like, oh, well, as long as our like Instagram videos of us stealing stuff gets a bunch of views, like we could put out any type of music and people are going to listen to it because they think we're funny.
Yeah, that's true. Well, my opinion is I disagree with it. I think it's, as you said, manipulative toward, like, at the end of the day, these are kids, right? These are kids.
All of them are really young, like barely 18 or 19.
Yeah, they're like 20, 22. And
yeah.
I know times are changing, but still, like, even me, I think having faith, I think I wouldn't judge right away, but I would be kind of like stepping back a little bit if I had like a dude with face tattoos selling me something at a store. It's not even about judgment. It's not about like, oh, this guy has face tattoos, he must be like a thief or something. It's not about that. It's more like, when you're going to a store or buy something, you expect a certain, which is kind of sad because we like, but society grew that way.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like I expect somebody, that just doesn't, and it's not even like, if it is nice face tattoos, like nicely done, like I'm not too judgmental towards face tattoos. I prefer, like, when it's a nice face tattoo, it's all right, but when it's just a bunch of things bundled up in your face and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And let's face the facts, a lot of these kids, their tattoos on their faces, it's completely ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It's like some dude got drunk and instead of painting a canvas, painted their face.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of my peeve with that situation. It's like, if they actually got like decent tattoos on their faces, I'd be okay with it. But it's really ridiculous stuff. It's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Speaking of like rapper persona, have you ever heard of like this quote unquote like rapper named Boonking?
No, I have not.
So like he was all over Instagram for a while, and he's like really notorious for committing crimes and like recording them and posting them online. Like not like really big crimes, but he would like do stuff. Like one time he went into Red Lobster, like the restaurant, and then he stole one of the lobsters out of the bins, like where you choose which one you want to eat and they cook it for you. And like he grabbed it and he ran out and stuff. Or he'll like go into stores and he'll like steal shoes and stuff and he'll record it. I don't know. I thought it's just like, that's just very interesting how for a while he got away with a lot of that stuff. Like, or he got like a slap on the wrist by the police. But I think they did put him in for good recently. Or he's in jail right now, and he's been in there for a while. Hold on.
I mean, when you're stealing shit and recording it and posting online, it's, I mean, okay. Moving on. Do you have anything to discuss?
I mean, I spent the night in an airport, if that's something you want to talk about. I don't know if you travel a lot, but I thought it was a really interesting experience. And
I mean, the first time I was in a plane was last year when I went to England. That's it.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I spent the night in the airport because I wake up super early in the morning or I leave like super late at night, and then I spend the night there for like a few hours. So that's what I decided to do. So like I set up camp in the corner of like a place next to Dunkin' Donuts, and I was like sleeping there on the ground. It was a life-changing experience. Not really, but it was really uncomfortable for a few hours.
So
that was
you kind of You kind of did like you pulled like a Tom Hanks for a little bit, or do you not know the movie?
Yeah, and I was just sleeping on the Tom Hanks movie where he's like schlepped.
I still don't know what schlepped means. What is that word? What does that mean?
Schlepped.
Is that like slept, but instead
It has like so many different.
Oh my God, youth! What is that? What happened to you? Anyway, so yeah, the movie I think it's called Terminal. I guess I don't know. That's like a translation. But I don't know. I've never had that experience, to be honest with you. For me, it was just like, so I bought the tickets like 3 months before going because it was really cheap. I was like 30 euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like so early. And I got in a train, headed to the airport, got to the airport, got confused for a few minutes because I have no idea how to operate in airports and crowded, confined spaces. So I got confused. I talked to some people. Apparently, it was it was the terminal for poor people, basically for the economies, people that don't have much money, because the terminal I was trying to get into was basically the terminal for the people that have money and travel through the company that runs the airport. And yeah, then I had a beer. Instead of having food, I had a beer because that's how I am. And yeah, and then I waited for like an hour and a half or something. The most distressing experience was when I got there and I went through the customs, and then I was like waiting for my friend to pick me up. And basically we did this in a very stupid manner because we didn't exchange numbers. We didn't exchange like ways of contacting each other. So I got out of the airport, went outside because I smoke and I wanted to smoke. And as I look around, I see this road with a bunch of cars parked in there, taxis and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this must be the place where people park their cars waiting for people. Yes, it is, but it is a paid sort of parking spot. So I'm sitting there for like 30 minutes or 1 hour or something. Like, it was a really long time for the time being. And it was getting late and shit. And I'm like, okay, dude, now I don't have his number. I don't have internet to contact him on Discord or Skype for that matter. So I'm fucked. What am I going to do? Well, luckily I had some cash. So if I had to like get a train or get a bus or something, or a cab or something, I could get away with that. But still, like, what exactly would I do? Stay in a hostel or something? I mean, yeah, possibility. But yeah, so basically then I was trying to find better internet connection. So I was going inside the airport and I just hear, hey. And I'm like, I look around and oh, there he is. And then I'm like, dude, where the fuck were you? And he was like, I was here the whole time. I was waiting for you.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically I think he got there right as I was exiting the airport to go smoke. So basically we didn't see each other. I don't know, it was really weird. But yeah, but eventually we saw each other and yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was not fun. I hate to wait for that sort of stuff. I like
same. I'm not a very patient person when it comes to stuff like that either.
Yeah, I can be patient if things have to be like that, but I just hate when things are not organized properly, because we did not organize things properly, because I had no idea what the airport was like. I had no idea where to wait. I had no idea of anything. I was just like, shit, dude, I'm basically lost. I have no fucking idea. So I mean, lost as in like, I it's like the first time. It was literally the first time I got out of Portugal. So I was kind of like, okay.
Oh, so that was the first time you've left Portugal?
Yes.
Really? Whoa. Okay. That's awesome. Actually, I'm glad. Did you have fun on your trip to England?
For a couple months, yes, I did.
So you were there for a few months.
Yes, I was there for 7 months, and
7 months.
I wanted to stay for more, but circumstances didn't allow me to, because
Yeah.
compared to this country, that country is a lot more my style,
Mm-hmm.
because people like to drink more, people like to have fun, people enjoy themselves during the nighttime. They like decent music. For example, when I used to go to the pub in the block where I was living, it had like this digital jukebox. I'm assuming all the jukeboxes nowadays are digital, unless it's like a vintage spot or whatever. But it
Yeah.
had like this digital jukebox that connected to like some speakers around the pub. So basically, you could insert a 1 pound. That's like $1.50 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you'd get 5 songs. So it was pretty good. And typically, what people would ask, the people that went to that pub, the things that people would ask was like Queen, Led Zeppelin, Army. So it was
Mm-hmm.
fucking awesome. It was like, okay, I finally get to be in a pub, drink, and listen to some decent music. And even the people talking to the people and stuff, it was so good because, like, some of them didn't really give a fuck, but a lot of them also enjoyed talking about music because it's
Uh-huh.
part of their culture. So it was really good. It was really good. Um, yeah, and another thing is, for example, they have a policy that I think it's after 8 p.m. no kids allowed in the premises, and I love that. I fucking
Oh
love that.
yeah. I like that idea too.
Is that a thing in America as well? Do you guys have like at a certain time there's no kids allowed in certain spaces?
Um, I think it just depends on like you talking about like in general or like in regards to pubs and stuff.
So, for example, if it's like a McDonald's or something, obviously it's gonna allow kids, all the time. But the McDonald's is not a place for you to go drink. It's kind of a stupid, reference that I'm using. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like a place where you go to drink at night, a bar,
Oh,
a
okay.
pub, whatever. Um,
Well, kids
a
aren't allowed
place
in
for
bars,
adults,
but
basically.
pubs, I think pubs are a little bit more lenient because I know they serve like. Because I've been in pubs before, even before I was like legally an adult, and no one. I think it just depends. I think yeah, like there's a certain like nighttime cutoff point, but I think pubs are a bit more lenient with letting. Because I know bars, kids aren't allowed in at all, but like there's food at a pub, so I don't know.
Okay, so the way it works here is it's all let everybody in. It's fucking
Let everyone in.
unless it's like a fucking strip club or something like that, or a disco or some shit. It's like, yeah, whatever, fuck it.
You guys have
I
discos?
always had uh-huh.
Really?
What's that?
Wait, do you guys have discos?
Yeah.
Like actual?
I mean, what are you thinking as a disco? It's like a place for people.
Is it just like a nightclub for dancing or like?
Yeah, it's a nightclub for dancing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you guys are talking about like the retro themed disco thing. Because I know some here we have some clubs that are like retro themed, like 80s and stuff, disco. So I didn't know if that's what you were talking about, where they had everyone all dressed up in costumes out there doing stuff.
I mean, if there's an event for that, there's always events that have themes.
Okay, well that's cool. I didn't know they'd be out there doing stuff like that in other places besides here.
You need to learn more about the world,
I need to go travel, but that's so expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, you're 18. Typically, people at 18 years old are just figuring things out. So you have plenty of time. Don't worry about that. Anyways, I mean, I was 26 years old when I got out of Portugal, so
Mm-hmm.
gives you an idea. Anyways, but yeah, basically right where I live, it's fuck it. It's kids can go to the fucking cafes, they can stay in the bar, and that shit always bothered me because at the bar, I don't think you can smoke inside of the bar now. Like recently, they changed the rules for that. But when I used to go to that bar, basically there were kids there like 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old that their parents took them. And it was like, it was fucking crazy because there were like literal clouds of smoke inside of the bar. Because I'm talking about like it's not like a massive big bar. It's like a small bar, has a few tables, has the counter, and has a few games and shit like that. It's not like anything big. It's like a small place. So when there was like more than 5 people smoking in there, it was like it created a fucking cloud of smoke inside of the place. And even for me as a smoker, it was fucking disgusting to be inside of that place when that shit happened. Because I smoke because I like the pleasure of smoking. I don't know. I don't want to have the smoke of others. Like it, you know what I mean?
No, I see. I feel you on that.
Yeah, it was like these fucking clouds of smoke. I'm done with that shit. You know. Anything else you want to add about your airport experience?
I think I spent way too much money on bagels that I didn't need.
Okay. You streamed as well, right?
Oh, yeah. I was there for a while, and I was planning on spending an all-nighter and not going to sleep because I had pretty expensive equipment with me. Like, I had my webcam, I had my laptops, I had my microphone and stuff, so I was planning on just spending the whole night playing video games and, like, live streaming it and trying to stay awake. But after I think maybe, like, 2 or 3 hours of streaming, I got really tired, and I just ended up going to sleep.
Yeah, that happens.
But I got a 3 whole viewers on my live stream. Ooh.
That's good. A thing about streaming, and a lot of people are like, oh man, I want to be a successful streamer. Well, it's going to be great to be successful at streaming for like a few, perhaps a few months. After a few months, it's going to be like work. Because humanity has this curious thing. We always want something, but then when we have it for a long time, we don't really like it anymore, or we don't want it as much anymore. It's just because like you already had the experience. It's like those girls, those like, you know, those fucking Playboy models and shit. People like dudes drool over those women. It's like, oh, dude, shit, man, I want to have a night with her. And it's like,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, you're not gonna date her. Like, you're probably gonna have one night with her, and that's it. And it's, you know, like if you could, but a lot like there's a lot of really hot women that I've seen like dudes fucking drool over them. It's like, oh my god, she's so fucking hot. Oh, I want to marry her and shit. It's like they spend a relationship or okay, let me rephrase this. There are those moments when there's like a couple and the dude is kind of like, let's say like a nerd. The dude is basically a nerd, and the girl is like a really hot girl, and then they break up, and people are like, dude, how the fuck did you break up, man? Like, she was so fucking hot. Like, how the fuck could you even, like, she's so much for you. Like, she's way out of your league, dude. And shit like that. And you got to realize, you know, eventually we get tired of things. And it's kind of sad, actually, but it's the reality of it. Like, there are so many streamers that are super successful that eventually they stopped streaming because they got tired of it. Because you got to realize that it's no longer like a hobby where, okay, I can stream if I feel like it, or maybe I'm not streaming if I'm not feeling like it. But technically you can still do that. However, the thing is, you kind of have to stream if you're going to keep a steady pay. Because otherwise, it's like, you're not making any money. I think every streamer honestly should do 8-hour streams as a regular job. Because then they wouldn't be able to stick to the same game over and over and over again. Yeah, I don't know how there's some people that play the same game for like fucking 12 to 24 hours. I have no fucking idea how you do that. The last game that I know I played the most was Overwatch, when it was the first beta, or was it? I think it was hold on, try to think here. It was before the game was released. No, okay. I played the beta to test the game, see if it ran in my computer. But then I it was November, so the game released in May. It was November of 2016, and they had like a free weekend, and I got the game, and I think I played for like 15 hours straight because I was so into the game. But that's it.
That's it. I know, I was barely able to do my stream for because I think, I played one game for like an hour and a half, and then I quit. So I don't know how people are playing games like 12 hours through and stuff. And then there's some people who who do full run-throughs of the whole game and stuff. Honestly, that's kind of the level I'm trying to be, but I just got to get more focused and stuff and get my priorities and shit. But right now it's just, I do my streaming for fun right now. I don't know if I'll ever be able to make a career out or something like that. Although it does sound like it'd be fun. I think it's just important though, if you do end up becoming successful at something like that, you try to branch out what you want to do. Because I know there were some streamers who started like that, and then they got into esports, and then from there they'd start doing YouTube, and then from there they'd start doing collaboration. So I think it's important to just make connections and networks and stuff, so you're not just stuck doing one thing forever.
Number one, never stream thinking about making money or a career out of it. Always stream for fun.
Yeah.
Everybody says that, and I can see why. I'm not a successful streamer, but because I don't have the means to do it anyways. I'm not saying if I had the means to do it, I would be a successful streamer. However, I did have some people telling me that I should stream when I role played, or, just because of the voice or some shit. But basically, you can't, because if you stream thinking about a career, you're going to get tired of it so quickly, because you're going to be like, shit, it's not growing. Oh, it's been 4 months.
It makes you so stressed out. Because, I mean, because then,
go on.
Because then if you're thinking like that, you're always so focused on trying to change your personality, or try to change things in order to make people like you more, rather than being yourself and getting attention because of how you really are as a person. So just stay true to yourself, and maybe people will like you.
I disagree with that. The stay true to yourself. I mean, Dr. Disrespect, he's not true to himself. I mean, he's literally playing a character. But that's not the point. The point is, you can't think of it as a career, because it's gonna corrupt your mind. You're gonna be thinking about money. You're gonna be thinking about, I want to live off of this. I want to live off of playing video games and being in front of a camera or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to make money off of this. I want to make money off of this. And eventually, when you don't see any growth in a span of 3 or 4 or 5 months, you're gonna get tired of it. You're gonna think that you'll never be able to get to it, and you're gonna get tired of it. You're gonna stop doing it. Eventually, just you throw it all away, and it's all for nothing. So my advice is, keep on doing it for fun, and that's it. Just do it for fun. Eventually, if it picks up, well, hell yeah, great. But if it doesn't, I mean, there's other options. There's other things to follow through, and not everybody can be a streamer. If everybody was a streamer, a successful streamer, there would be no, there would be no successful streamers. Because if everybody was successful, like the word successful wouldn't really have any meaning in that term. I don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying, but I sometimes have difficulties expressing myself. Anywho, but yeah, another thing about streaming, and I saw your stream the other night, and I think you got it. You just you need a little bit more practice. Plus, you were in a fucking airport, so I can understand. But
and I was so tired. I was like mumbling to myself.
Right, but that's good. That's good. You gotta always talk when you're streaming. You can't just be quiet, because I see some people, and I hate when there's people that have streamed and they're quiet. They don't talk. They're fucking toxic, and all of a sudden, because of a lucky moment, and they just apparently they're the best person in the world. They portray themselves as the best person in the world, and they're not. They're pieces of shit. But besides that, when you're streaming, and this can relate. I can relate to this because when I used to play on stages with my band, I remember a show that I had that I was basically, my band was opening for another band that was ending, so it was kind of a cool moment. However, sadly, again, because of this country, people don't this country does not support art, not like other countries do. Art is it's very under the radar here. So sadly, the band didn't really bring a lot of people. We didn't really bring a lot of people either. So it's but basically the vocalist for the other band said, listen, you got a great voice. You got, it's cool. The music is great. But listen, dude, you look like a fucking scarecrow on top of the fucking stage with a microphone. You got to fucking have some energy and shit. And he told me that, I understand you wish you had more people here looking at you and cheering you up and stuff. And it's very empty and shit, but you got to look at the 5 people that are in front of you and think of them as if it's 500 or 1,000. And I think for streaming is the exact same mentality that people should have. You should even if you have 0 viewers, you should always think that, I'm going to be talking to these people or I'm going to be talking to the stream as if I had a bunch of viewers. Because the thing is, if you're quiet or if you only talk when there's people interacting with you in your stream, somebody that somebody that just drops by our stream is probably going to be okay, this person is very quiet. And they're hi on chat. They're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, whoa. But they might as well not say anything. They might just drop by our stream and be shy people or whatever. There's a lot of people like that. They just drop by streams randomly and they don't say anything in chat. And if you're quiet, they're probably not going to follow you. They're probably not going to come back to your stream. If you are interacting, even if it's with yourself, even if you don't have viewers interacting with you, but you're talking and you're being interactive and you're being entertaining and shit, I feel like people that drop by, they're going to be, hey, what's up? Actually, when I came back to Portugal from England, I did a stream drinking some drinking some wine and shit. And
fancy.
Basically, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stream. Fuck it. It was just an IRL stream with the camera pointed at me. And I was just talking about shit. I was just talking about real shit. And somebody out of nowhere just drops by and talks to me on chat. And I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? What's up? And we just talked and shit. Turns out it was and I eventually I asked, okay, so what made you come to my stream and talk to me and shit? Because I've never seen that name before or anything. So I was kind of curious about it because I've had trolls in my streams before. I've had people coming to my streams and abuse the fact that because it's a small stream, you don't require money for things to be activated or anything. Because, there's streams where if you are a subscriber, you can request music and stuff like that. As a small streamer without subscribers, you can't really request from subscribers. You gotta, people gotta use, or people gotta be, it's just people. It's just the people around on your chat and stuff to use the song requests. And some people abuse that shit during my streams. And I was like, okay, well, fuck you, motherfucker. Boom, banned. Because I don't give a fuck if it's a viewer. If it's a piece of shit viewer, then you're not welcome here. I'm not putting up with your shit. So you better get the fuck out. So that's what I did. But back to that topic. I asked that person, so how did you find my stream? And they said, well, I was browsing the RL section and your name and your channel's thumbnail interested me. And I was like, okay, well, nice, I guess. Turns out it was like it was a girl from America. I don't remember where from exactly. But she was very much into gore. Like, do you know what gore is?
No.
You don't?
She was gore? Or she was into gore?
Into gore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what gore is. I thought you said I thought you were calling her gore.
Oh my goodness, you're into anime and that shit and horror. You must know what gore is. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was a lot into gore and stuff. And because my name in the Twitch channel is Demi Grinder, and my little panel thingies is like grinders and stuff like that. Well, now I changed it, but I don't know, might as well just do something with it eventually to resemble the goreness of myself. But apparently that was the whole reason that person came by my stream. I was like, you know what, that's fucking cool. That is actually fucking cool. And it was my first donation ever, $2. Hey,
oh, that's really nice, actually.
Yeah, the amount doesn't fucking matter. Just the fact that she donated something, it's just like, okay, you know what? I'm a random ass motherfucker at the other side of the world, and you're fucking giving me $2. That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
For what?
I just got news that they're going to be making a live action film of an anime
Which one?
Hell Girl.
No idea.
I don't know if you've heard of that one. It's kind of like a mystery horror one, and it's where if you go onto this chat room at like midnight and you type in someone's name, it'll kill them. And it's like a supernatural thing, and they have this detective guy trying to like figure out what's going on and stuff, and like it's really good. I really enjoyed that
like
show.
Death Note.
Kind of, except this one I think is more gory, like more scary and stuff. And I feel like
I didn't really watch the Death Note anime. I watched the movie, and it was fucking
Which one? Like the American one that was just made like last year, or like the
with like I think it's Willem Dafoe that voices the monster thingy.
Oh man, that one was so bad. Why did you watch that one?
Because it popped up in front of me. I was browsing the Netflix Prime Twitch Amazon thing.
Did you enjoy it though? Like, do you think it was good?
What, the movie?
Yeah.
No, it was bad.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna be like, oh, sweet summer child, if you would have told me that you liked it.
No, yeah. I thought it was fucking horrible.
There's like no good like live action adaptations of animes for real though. It's really hard to find a good one.
There's I don't even know if this is from your time, but do you know Samurai X? You don't.
Samurai X?
Yes.
No. No.
That was one of the best fucking animes of all back in the day when I was like 6, 7, 8, something like that. So this is like 20 years. Yeah. 20 years ago. Dragon Ball is still very popular, so Samurai X could very well be very popular as well. Apparently not. Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's samurais fighting and shit, but it's really fucking cool because it's anime style. And then you have Kenshin or Kenshi or however the fuck you pronounce his name. He has like a double-edged sword.
Is it the one with in like the ponytail? Right?
Yes.
Because I'm looking at photos right now, and like they have the photos of the main guy, except it's all like porn, but of him drawn as a woman.
What? Where the fuck are you looking for pictures of Samurai X?
I looked on DeviantArt. So that's why I didn't know if it was a guy or a girl or not at first. So.
He has like an X. He has like an X on his forehead or some shit.
Yeah, like a little
like a scar.
Scratch of an X on him. Oh, it looks cool. I'll probably watch it. Is this like a 90s anime or something?
Well, yeah, kind of. It's fucking good though. I mean, Dragon Ball is fucking amazing. So that one.
Dragon Ball is amazing.
That one is more serious than Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is a little bit more goofy in shape, while that one is a little bit more serious. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I was talking about that because there's a live action of that anime actually, and I saw it. I watched a little bit of it. I think it's on YouTube, and it's actually pretty good. The fighting is pretty good. Well, the fighting is all I can remember, but Samurai X was pretty much all about fighting anyway, so yeah. Yeah. Still, my favorite anime to this day is Hellsing. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I love that one too. Okay. I was going to cosplay Sarah's Victoria from for a convention that was coming up next year. So I got to get all my stuff ready for that. But I love that anime when I saw it too. I thought it was awesome. And then the openings are really good too.
Yeah, because it's a gory anime. There's a lot of gory moments. It's an elegant and kind of like Victorian in certain aspects type of anime as well. And just what made me love that anime was the fact that Alucard just like he gets killed, he gets fucking torn apart by bullets, fucking swords, tanks, whatever the fuck comes his way, and then all of a sudden he finds somehow some way to come back to life, even more fucked up than he has ever been, and just destroys everything, and then comes back to what he was originally, and it's like nothing ever happened. It's like, okay, dude, all right, that's fucking cool. It makes you feel like a badass. And there's another one which probably you don't know, but it was basically because of a video game, I believe, called Gunmetal, and it had its own anime. Basically, the game and the anime, it's like a very skinny, tall as fuck dude. Basically, is like, I think he's like a lab experiment or something like that. And he has like a massive casket that he carries with a chain around his neck. And it's like he carries this massive casket. And I don't remember the whole purpose of him carrying the casket. There's a meaning behind that, but the casket has like guns and shit, and I think the casket itself is like a massive fucking laser beam gun or some shit. It was kind of cool. I watched it. It was kind of cool. Nothing too impressive or anything, but it was cool. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, there's plenty of pretty good animes out there. I like Naruto as well. I just fucking hate the lame parts, like you know, yeah, but I like Sasuke. And I'm like,
there's so many fillers in Naruto as well.
Get me out of this fucking nightmare. I just want to see the fighting and shit. But the fights were fucking, well, the fights the important fights, anyways. The other, like, the filler fights were fucking lame as fuck. Like, you see, nah, dude, no. The fucking Madara fight with all the fucking Kages or whatever the fuck it's called. And the Akatsuki thing with Pain, I think that was probably at the time my favorite character. Because just of the way he was, I don't know, just of because like he wanted to he wanted to destroy he wanted to get rid of like the villages, so to bring peace, right? So that there would be no wars between villages, right?
Yeah,
that was pretty fucking cool because it's a common concept, and I mean, I guess it would work. Like, I don't know if you played Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, the expansion, but I mean, it's basically the same thing. Malthael, the Angel of Death, wants to destroy every single fucking breeding thing so that there's peace. Because if there's no war, there's peace. Because if there's no fucking humans and demons and shit to fucking, have wars, then there's peace. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So yeah, it was interesting, but and the fights as well. Like, the fights were fucking cool. I remember playing Second Life with one of my best friends. May his soul rest in peace. But I remember playing with him, and he was addicted to fucking watching Naruto at the time. So I was like, in Second Life, there was this dedicated sim to Naruto. And we started. He found that shit, and he told me about it. And then, all right, I guess I'll give it a shot. Why not? And then I got addicted to it as well, because you could like equip your avatar with fucking you could equip your avatar with the abilities and shit, and it was pretty cool.
That is really cool, actually. I've been down to play that.
Unfortunately, it's dead now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because you have to pay money to keep those sims up, basically. And it's pretty expensive as well. So if you don't make any money off of that, never mind. It's a lot of money. It's like hundreds of dollars to keep that shit up. So, yeah. Should we have another topic?
I'd play it. Another topic?
I mean, it was not a dedicated game. It was just like a sim made by fans who...
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can see why they'd probably have issues keeping it running and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It was not a dedicated thing, so... But it was cool. It was very well done. It was out of all the fucking... Because at the time, Naruto was the fucking popular shit, so everybody was interested in Naruto. It's kind of interesting how the world functions and shit nowadays. It's like... Something's popular, every single one human being in the world knows about it, fucking talks about it, loves it. And nowadays, I haven't heard people talk about Naruto anymore. It's like... Because
it ended a while ago, so I guess now there's nothing to talk about anymore about it.
Yeah, but like, when it was popular, there was all the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Uzumaki,
it was everywhere.
Shit on the fucking Discord name and stuff like that. Sasuke, whatever the fuck, Uchiha, whatever the fuck. It's like, now
I think for a while,
where are
like,
all those guys, you know?
when I was in middle school, I had my Twitter name as a roleplay character that I made that was Sasuke's wife.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Oh, jeez. Every time I hear the name Naruto, though, I get like real bad flashbacks, because in high school, I knew this one girl who was like a total weeaboo and stuff. And like the anime groups were split. I don't know how it is where you're at, but like, I guess anime is like kind of popular to watch now. So there was the cool kids who watched anime, and then there was like the genuine, like weird kids who watched anime and stuff.
The weebs.
And, the weebs. And, there's this one weeb girl, and like me and my friends would be talking about anime and stuff. Like, not that was like the only thing we did, but like it would come up every once in a while because like we'd watch it. And then she's like, it's not pronounced Naruto, it's pronounced Naruto. And she would genuinely get so heated and mad, like if you pronounce the names like wrong. And she's like, you need to pronounce it the correct Japanese way or you're being racist. And I was like, oh boy.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Do you have any? I mean, I have more topics here, actually.
Yeah, I'm here.
Fuck it. Whatever. The phone fell.
Oh, the phone fell. I thought that was like your keyboard or something. I was like, uh-oh. No,
this is not a scuffed podcast, but it's quite close to it. Anyways, are you aware? Do you know what the deep web is?
Oh yeah. I've been on it a few times. Been, quote unquote, been on it.
Oh, all right. So
it's like I even saw anything, but
well, there's a difference between the deep web and the dark web.
In the dark web, yeah.
The deep web is pretty much everything that you can get on the Google Chrome, for example, and the dark web is pretty much all like the fucked up shit.
All the messed up stuff.
Fucking child pornography, fucking murderers, fucking
hitmen for hire,
rapists.
Oh yeah.
The thing that I found funny about the deep web is, of course, there's fucked up people there. Of course, there's fucked up shit going on there. But there's so much bullshit as well. There's so many edgy motherfuckers just wanting to be scary. And for some of them, let me tell you something, motherfuckers. Just because you have a little website on the deep web doesn't mean you're scary, okay?
Yeah.
There's things there that don't even make sense. But there's this YouTube channel called Some Ordinary Gamers.
Oh, I love him so much. Mudahar. He's the greatest.
Yeah. And basically, I started browsing the deep web because of him. Because I got, because you watch a little bit of it and you get curious about it. And I'm like, okay, I want to watch this shit by myself, kind of. And I found a deep web page on a fucking directory, which is like, I think it's called Fresh Onions or some shit. And basically what it does is it updates with like new web pages that are available from on the directories. And I checked the page. Apparently there's a page about somebody that hacked family and got photos and I think videos of a mother that has sex with her 12-year-old child. I think it's 12 or even younger. I don't fucking know. But that is some fucked up shit.
Oh, that's so bad.
That woman needs to fucking go to jail.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, but like fucking hell. Like your son? Your child? Like holy shit. Like that's some gross ass fucking shit right there. I mean, I don't know. And the kid's probably like okay with it because it feels good. I'm pretty sure it's got to feel good. I mean, it's a kid nonetheless, but I mean,
yeah, I get you.
It is sexual activity, and sexual activity does feel good. So I mean, the kid probably is like, he's probably naive and doesn't understand and is ignorant about the subject. But imagine growing up to realize, like, with your own mother, holy shit, that's
ew.
Yeah, I mean, doing it like a friend, I don't know. It's kind of more like a dude thing, but yeah. I mean, as I remember being younger and going like, dude, your mother's so hot, dude. Holy shit, dude. Like, goddamn, I would kiss your mother, dude. Because back in the days, like we wouldn't go straight to like, oh, I'd fuck your mother, dude. Like, goddamn. But damn, and there's like I don't know, but the religious fucking groups in the deep web, it's the most hilarious fucking thing ever.
They're always super
Like-
angsty and edgy and stuff.
Like, dude, really? Like, Jesus is the only way, and shit. Like, oh my fucking goodness, dude. Where, like,
I remember when me and my friends went on, because we're just like dicking around on there and stuff because like we weren't scared. Like we didn't think there was any real threats, and nothing has happened now, so we're not that sketched out. But we were on there and we found this one site where it's the dude and he's like, please, if you have any female body parts like hands or like organs, please send them to me. And we were like posting on his forum and we were like sending in pictures of like really nasty toes, and we're like, I mean, like feet like this, like we have this woman's foot, and we'd send in like a picture of like we got off Google as like some guy's crusty toe, and we're like, do you like this? Smiley face, smiley face. And then he would like be commenting back a bunch of stuff like, you're lucky I don't know where you live, like I could track down your IP address right now and kill your whole family. Like I don't know, I think it's funny more than anything else, but that's just because we didn't run into anything like super creepy like you did.
I mean, that sounds pretty fucking creepy, because unless you use a VPN and unless you know what you're doing, just using the Tor browser doesn't mean shit, because the Tor gives you a bunch of fucking relays and makes your IP bounce all over the place and shit, but it doesn't give you full on fucking security. So unless you use a VPN, I'd watch out for that sort of stuff, because I go on the deep web with a VPN. I'm not gonna fucking go there with like just Tor, you know?
Yeah, that's what we said when we first did it, and we're like, oh boy, like after we were done, we're like, uh-oh. So we were on edge for like a week, and then after nothing happened, we're like, okay, like we'll just be more careful next time. But well, it did give us a little scare when we realized that.
I mean, it's not easy, but you never know who's on the other side. That's the thing. You never know who's on the other side. It could be an actual good as in like an actual skilled fucking hacker.
Yeah.
Most of them are just a bunch of fucking edgelords who have nothing else better to do and need fucking attention, so they use the deep web to fucking find it. But reality is there could be some actually pretty like decent hackers and you know fucking learn that stuff and you know actually fucking bypass all the security that Tor is meant to have and actually find out that sort of stuff. I mean, I'm in a country that I don't know if I don't know if anything would ever happen in terms of that shit. But in America, I feel like it would be a lot more dangerous, because a lot of the fucking freaks in the deep web are actually American. I believe so, anyways. American and British, it feels like.
From what I've heard, it's like American or like Eastern European and stuff, where like they don't have that many regulations for like, internet cyber crimes and stuff.
I mean, that's the internet regulations doesn't really apply to the deep web.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all hidden anyways. That's why it's the deep web. Internet regulations applies for Google, Chrome, and shit like that, but not the deep web. The deep web is it's like a nude type beach. Like it's whatever the fuck goes shows there.
Yeah,
makes any sense, but
no, that makes sense.
It's an open space for all the creeps and the freaks. But actually, I was watching Mudahar, and I was watching this video, and he came across this how to butcher a carcass for human consumption.
Oh yeah, I saw that too on his video.
Apparently, it's from the Church of Euthanasia, and I'm like, okay. But the Church of Euthanasia is actually on the ClearNet. It's not even on the deep web. That shit is on the ClearNet. That shit's like legal and stuff. And I actually, for role playing purposes, because I feel like that's actually a very cool thing to keep around
Yeah.
for when I was role playing as an old man who was a taxi driver, the old man before becoming a taxi driver, he actually worked at the butcher, the slaughterhouse. So when he went to the taxi service, he had this little thing inside of him, and he missed the slaughterhouse for whatever fucking reason. Probably he was fucked in the head. So
Yeah.
basically what I made my character do was sometimes when clients didn't really have money, I would take them up to the mountains close to Los Santos, and I would go, hey, look at that view. And then I would stab them in the back, put them in a body bag, shove them in the trunk of the car, drive them to, well, in GTA 5, there's the house that Trevor goes to. That's his cousin's house. And this house is opened. So in roleplay servers, you can have like apartments and shit. But basically, that house is open for anybody. So I use that house for like a reference or some shit, just to roleplay. So basically, I went there, I grabbed the body, took the body there. I would use a meat cleaver to dismember the body, put all the limbs and shit inside of a bag, and put it inside of a fridge, and let it sit for like a week or two, and then come back, and then do hamburgers with like grinded meat and shit. And then I would sell those burgers as premium burgers. And I always hinted that it was human meat. So it was kind of fucked up, yes. There was a lot of people like, oh my God, this is so nasty and shit. But like, dude, it's fucking roleplay, man. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's a really interesting, like, kind of, I don't know, background to a character. Like, I could see that being written into a book or something. Like,
but that was not necessarily like, that was kind of, it just happened. I started the character. The whole purpose of the character, the background of the character was an old man. He talks like this. I wanted to do the old man voice. And he talked like that. And basically, he was like 76 years old, so he shouldn't even be driving. He couldn't even be driving. But he wanted to be a cab driver because he was very lonely, because he was a widow. And he wanted to meet new people and shit like that. So the whole slaughterhouse thing, it happened because the guys from the server, the admins of the server, they needed to give me the job of a cab driver. So before that happened, I had to do something for money and shit. So I did the slaughterhouse thing. And I just thought, dude, I want to do a fucked up character. So why not go with this shit? And I went with that shit. It was pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool. And I also, I also played president of the Lost Motorcycle Club. And there was this dude who was disrespecting me a lot. And basically what I decided to do was, I fucking kidnapped the motherfucker to the Maze Bank Arena, took them down to that thing where it's the quote-unquote idols of GTA 5, and I took him there, I turned on the cameras, and I fucking used the machete to fuck him up. And I left him there to bleed to death, if he wasn't already dead from the pain. It's roleplay, okay? I'm not a fucked up guy, okay? I would never do that in...
These are really interesting characters. Like, I don't know, you're very creative. Like, for me, it's really hard to make characters that have like that good of a backstory or personality as your people do. Like, I think from like most people who are doing roleplay and stuff, it's really easy for people to make Mary Sue's and stuff. But like, your characters sound really interesting.
Oh, but that character was just the lost president. It was just the president of the lost MC. It was no big deal to it. It was just like, this motherfucker disrespects me in my own home, I'm gonna fuck him up. You don't do that shit. In real life, you don't go to a fucking motorcycle club's clubhouse and you disrespect the president. You wouldn't even disrespect one of the members, let alone the president of the motorcycle club. They would fuck you up in a second. they would beat you, if not to death, they would beat you up to like a new dimension. You know, like, so I had to do the role play right thing, and it's like I'm gonna have to show you that I'm not kidding, dude. You need to respect me. I know it's just a video game and shit, but we're role playing, so you better fucking show some fear.
Yeah.
You know, do the fear role play, or I'm gonna make you fear. I'm gonna make you fear, and that's what happened.
Really cool, actually. I enjoy hearing about people's roleplay stories. 'Cause I used to do roleplay a lot. But of course, it was when I was a lot younger, so a lot of it was more cringy rather than interesting like yours.
Yeah, I mean, life experience gives you better roleplay. That's for sure. I mean, that's a given. But I think you could be creative as well. But if you watch a lot of anime and shit, and you know, like for example, another character that I had in mind to roleplay as is like a dude who really likes to collect knives. He really likes to collect knives. He really wants to collect knives. So he talks like he talks like this. Do you have knives?
And then one day he starts coughing, and then he coughs up the thing that was stuck in his throat, and he starts speaking again, and he has like
no, it's not.
It's not
coughing. It's not coughing. It's just a speech impediment, sort of.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just like I really like knives.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just for the goofs, I guess. I feel like
really
it would be
knives.
funny.
Yeah, I feel like it would be funny to talk like this.
No, Charlie, next time you do that, this is for GTA, right?
Yeah.
Next time you do that, you should totally record it, because I don't know, that seems really interesting. I'd be down to watch something like that, like your character role playing with all the other people.
That's the thing. I would record it if I had the ability to do so. That's why I don't stream either. Because computers, you know,
okay.
It's just GTA 5 alone itself. It's like, it struggles. So, yeah.
I get you.
That's the thing. I actually had some people tell me, "Oh, dude, your role play is interesting and stuff. You should stream." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I wish, but I just can't do it." You know, so like, yeah, I gotta stick to the audio things. You know, I gotta stick to the podcast. I gotta stick to the radio presenting stuff, to the voice acting.
Yeah.
Right now. So yeah. Anyways, back to this butchering the human carcass for human consumption. So, folks listening to this currently, this is nothing from the deep web. I thought it was, because it was on some ordinary gamers video, but it's by a Bob Arson. When I Google this name, there's nothing from this, like it doesn't say anything about this person or anything. But basically, this is a step-by-step guide on how to break down the human body from the full figure into serviceable choice cuts of meat. As in any field, there are a number of methods to the practice, and you may wish to view this as a set of suggestions rather than concrete rules. You will notice that the carving of the larger or commercial cuts down into smaller specific or retail cuts will be only mentioned in passing and not concentrated upon. Also, the use of the human fat and viscera is generally avoided and left only to the most experimental chef. These choices, along with recipes and serving suggestions, are nearly infinite in variety, and we leave them to you. We've found these guidelines to be simple and functional, but recognize that there is always room for improvement, and we welcome your suggestions. This is again, this is something from the Clear Net. This is available on the Clear Net on Google Chrome. You can go on Google Chrome and you search for Church of Euthanasia, and this appears. Also, Church of Euthanasia apparently is a movement or a cult or some shit that wants to eradicate mankind, or at least like balance the numbers of mankind. Honestly, I mean, I can see why. I mean, we have to face the facts. We were 4 billion like a very few years ago, like in 90s or some shit. We were like 4 billion people, and in less than 10 years or something like that, we became the double. We went the double. It's like, it's fucking nuts. It's crazy shit. So yeah. But there's actually a fucking Wikipedia article on the Church of Euthanasia. The Church of Euthanasia, also known as COE, is a religious organization founded by Reverend Chris Korda and Pastor Robert Kim Burke in Boston, Massachusetts, whatever, United States in 1992. So, hey, religious people, you guys are very, you guys are not fucked up in the mind at all. You are very decent human beings that like to consume other human beings, apparently.
It's like weird, the whole religion thing, because I know you get away with a lot of stuff because it's protected by like the church. I don't know, like, like Scientology, how they're like being really sketchy and like just doing experiments on people. Like there's a lot of people who want to leave, except they can't get help from the police because their whole like little cult thing is protected underneath like the thing of religion. So they're like stuck because they have like a bunch of little like confinement centers and stuff all over the place. They're doing stuff in. So I don't know. All of that's just really sketch.
I mean, they got away with burning people alive just because they didn't really believe their shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's pretty fucked up.
Can anyone just make a religion and do whatever they want? Is that like...
Not back in the day, no. Back in the day, they were they ruled everything. They were they were higher than the government, I think. So, no. There's other religions. No, if you start another religion, you're gonna get burned alive, basically. And have you seen Castlevania?
On Netflix? Yeah, Castlevania, the anime, yeah.
That's the whole thing about it. It's that's why Dracula is fucking pissed at them, because they they basically do the Inquisition with someone. So yeah, so that's some fucked up shit right there.
Yeah.
So reading a little bit more about this, as stated in the church's website, it is a non-profit educational foundation devoted to restoring balance between humans and the remaining species on Earth. Members of this organization affirm this can only turn into a reality by a massive voluntary population reduction. Which will depend on a leap in human consciousness to species awareness. According to Reverend Chris Korda, it is likely that this church is the world's only anti-human religion. That's really fucking stupid. Like, how do you do a religion that's an anti-human? Are you gonna be the only humans on Earth? Like, then that doesn't make any fucking sense. You have to kill yourselves if it's an anti-human, you idiots. Its most popular slogan is "Save the planet, kill yourself," and its founding ideology set in one commandment: "Thou shalt not procreate," and 4 main pillars: suicide, abortion, cannibalism, and sodomy.
How is sodomy going to help any of this?
And they have, in quotes, "any sexual act not intended for procreation." And they also say that cannibalism of the already dead, so they don't kill people to eat them. The church stresses population reduction by voluntary means only. Murder of a kidnapped victim is encouraged for the freshest meat. What?
Oh, what?
Why is this a thing?
How is it a thing? How do people allow it to happen?
Yes, why is this a thing? Why is this on the ClearNet? Why is there an article about this on on Wikipedia? What? Like, and there's the names. Like, why are these guys? Aren't these guys in prison? No, they're not. Chris Korda, born in 1962, lives in New York. I think. Seems like it.
So weird.
Occupation: musician, performance artist, activist, inventor of music software. Known for founder of the Church of Euthanasia with Robert Kimbart, whatever, musical act, Chris Corda, and the Church of Euthanasia. What? I don't understand. Like, how is this allowed? How are these people not in jail? Is this like some sort of like, oh, okay, well, I mean, they're talking about cannibalism, but they're not really doing it. Or we have no proof that they're doing it. So it's like, whatever, dude. It's just like edgelords and shit. I don't know. Personally, I think this is kind of a fucked up thing, honestly.
It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's really weird.
And I mean, the thing that I got, that butcher thing, it's literally on the article. It's the link to it, and it says to not taint the meat. It's like E-Sermon's butcher, to not taint the meat, so that you learn about it. I don't fucking know. I'm going to keep reading this a little bit. The church promotes its environmental views mainly via their website and the web. They also utilize sermons, art performances, public demonstrations, culture jamming, music, publicity stunts, and direct action to highlight Earth's unsustainable population. I understand, yes, we are overpopulated, but this is a little bit, I don't know. They consider their methodology similar to those of the Dadaist movement, finding the modern world so absurd that the means needed to reach their message to the public must be absurd themselves. The Church of Euthanasia is also notorious for its conflicts with pro-life Christian activists. Slogans employed by the group include "Save the Planet." Yeah, okay.
Are they all like vegetarians or something, or vegans? If they're all about saving the planet?
I don't. No, they're not vegans because they're killing. They're cannibals. They're not vegans. They're cannibals.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. Their
ideology. Their whole idea to save Earth is to like just reduce mankind by all costs, by all means. So basically, thou shalt not procreate, which is the commandment, and save the planet, kill yourself as their slogan. It's like, I don't know, it's a really fucked up thing. And apparently there's another slogan called "Eat a queer fetus for Jesus."
What?
Yes.
Oh, so they're affiliated with church stuff. So they're like believing in God and stuff. They're not just doing it for
yes, they are religious.
I didn't know if it was like, I didn't know if this was religious, like separate from like God stuff, or if this.
No,
okay.
It's literally like God bullshit.
Cannibalism for Jesus.
It's the typical, it's the typical fucking lunatic that believes that sort of shit. You know,
wow, that's really embarrassing. Imagine them trying to like interact with normal people on a daily basis. They must sound so dumb.
Yeah. If they're not trying to eat them or fucking sodomize them or some shit like that. I don't know. Are these like looking at these guys' like fucking profiles and shit? Like this Chris Corder, who's like, I mean, he's fucking old as fuck nowadays, but like, he's a U.S. anti-natalist activist, techno musician, of course, and software developer and leader of the Church of Euthanasia. Corder is a transgender vegan and the great niece of Hungarian-born film magnate Sir Alexander Korda, who was very prominent in the British film industry, and he was a founder of London Films and British Lion Films. She's a graduate of the school something. Unabomber for president. What? This is fucked up left and right. This is fucked up left and right.
It does sound really weird.
In 1995, Corda, together with Lydia Eccles, launched the campaign Unabomber for President. It took the overt form of a political action comedy, Unabomber Political Action Comedy, UNIPAC. UNIPAC completely endorses the ideas in the 35,000 words creed against society. The government may try to prove Kaczynski wrote. Yeah, Kaczynski is the Unabomber. This is fucked up left and right. These are fucked up people. I don't like it. It doesn't seem like they're in jail or anything. I need to take a look at this motherfucker.
It's weird. Like, do they act like this all the time, or is it like their online like personas that they're reaching out to people, or like do they genuinely, like when they talk to people, are they like this crazy and stuff? I can't imagine them just going about their daily lives acting like that. Like, it's just so insane to me.
No, apparently they do. They do manifs and shit. Yes, looking at the pictures, it is a dude. It is a legit transgender. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say to this. It's kind of a fucked up thing, honestly. But,
there's like so many contradictions in their beliefs too. So I think it's just like anyone who follows their stuff is probably as dumb as they are, or I don't know. I don't really like religious stuff that much because
personally, I think this goes side by side with the fucking flat earthers, honestly.
Oh yeah, the flat earthers are a whole nother level of crazy too.
It's like it's pure fucking delusional and stupidity. It feels to me like these are groups or cults or whatever you want to call it, that it's like basically they just really fucking need attention and shit like that. And I don't know, basically what happens is, they start these things. I don't know. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Well, folks, that was a little bit of information there for you guys from the Church of Euthanasia. If you follow this type of shit, you're fucking delusional and you probably deserve whatever the fuck is coming to you. Not trying to hate, but I mean, this is borderline fucked up, just like the Inquisition was. Of course, I think if they were fucking, like, if they were legitimately killing people and shit, I think they're just trying. I think their whole idea is just like encouraging people to either commit suicide, commit abortion, or just overall like kill each other or some shit. I think that's just their whole thing. Hence, they're not in jail. Because I don't know, but it's like fucked up shit. Oh, well,
Oh, well.
What am I going to do?
Jeez, just, I don't know. Just thinking about the people who believe in stuff like that. Because especially like a more like, I guess, tame idea of like the whole like kind of cult mentality thing would be like the flat earthers. I think that's kind of like a more like, I guess, tame. Like when you think of cult stuff, like it's really easy to go to all the really big, like crazy stuff, like the Church of Euthanasia. But I don't even know where I'm getting at. It's just weird. If you believe in stuff like that, you're probably a big weirdo.
Yeah, true.
Just like, how can you think you're right in regards to stuff like that? Like, how can you genuinely like get up in the morning and be like, oh yeah, the earth is flat, or oh yeah, like we should be cannibalizing people?
Flat Earth is such a fucking stupid theory. It doesn't make any fucking sense. They keep trying to find ways of like proving something, but they'll never prove anything because the Earth is a fucking globe. It has been proven before.
Sorry, actually, because maps are flat, so the Earth is flat.
Oh yeah, sure. When you look at the horizon from the beach, it's like it's all flat. Yeah, and there's an edge, but we don't fall through that edge because it's like it's covered in an ice wall. So
can we get a TV show where we have like a group of like five flat earthers traveling around the world trying to find the end of the Earth?
That's what I said. I said there was like there was this dude that he's apparently he's either the greatest troll I've ever encountered in my life, or he legit believes that shit. But if he legit believes that shit, then he's delusional as fuck. And I actually had some consideration for him, as the musician he is. But if he doesn't believe that shit, then he's literally the greatest troll I've ever encountered in my life.
And it's so weird because I have such a hard time like differentiating, like, is this person a troll or do they genuinely believe it? You know, either they're really good or they're really dumb.
I believe there's a lot of them that are fucking trolls, and they're just like, hey, you know what? Let's fucking ride with it. But there's people with every single movement that's gonna exist, especially nowadays, because of the internet. It's gonna have people interested in it because it's always gonna happen. Just look at the example with the church of was it church? But it was like the religion of the flying spaghetti monster thing.
Oh yeah, the flying spaghetti monster.
There's people that already are taking pictures, and they're allowed pictures with like those fucking cheese graters or whatever it's
the cheese graters, called. Yeah. And they have to wear
put that shit on their head.
They have to wear the strainers on their heads and stuff. And okay, it's stuff like that, like the parody religions. I don't mind those because those ones aren't hurting anyone, and they're funny, and they're just making a fool out of like real like religious like crazy people. I think those ones are funny, and I think it is classified under religion because it has such a big thing that like if you genuinely like put that down as a religious affiliation, you're able to take the holidays off for that religion. Or quote unquote religion.
People are taking the pictures with the cheese graters because like it's for their ID. It's allowed for their ID to take a picture with that. It's confirmed. And there's people getting married with rules of the
flying spaghetti monster.
The flying spaghetti monster and shit like that. It's like
you gotta eat pasta every week.
Are they trolls or do they actually believe that? Because the person who actually created the whole thing was a troll, just trying to prove a point to kind of kill the indoctrination of religion in the public schooling in America.
Yeah.
So, but I believe that there are people that don't follow through, and I believe that there are people that are not going to be looking for anything else other than, hey, I believe this now because it looks cool to me. And they believe that legitimately. They legitimately believe that. Imagine if the guy that came up with the flat Earth theory was like a major fucking troll, and he was just like, I don't have anything to do. You know what? Fucking Earth is flat now.
When you say that, it reminds me of like a long, long time ago, just thinking about all those old philosophers and like scientists who like genuinely thought the Earth was flat because they didn't know better. Imagine if the first guy who thought of that, like in his old timey hat and cap, he's like, how can I fuck with these other scientists as much as possible? And he's like, guys, the Earth is flat because our maps are flat. Everyone just like rode along with it.
It's very possible, yeah. How long have we been going for?
Huh?
How long have we been going for?
Recording?
Yeah.
I'm going to say probably about like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. You know what? I think that sounds good, actually.
Okay.
We actually covered some good topics here. Bottom line.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, bottom line, don't fucking go for face tattoos unless you are completely secure that you have a job and that you can do it. Watch out for the deep web because it could be dangerous. If you're gonna, as pretty much everybody says, that typically browse the deep web. Use a VPN if you're gonna browse the deep web. Don't just stick to Tor browser, which is the only one. I mean, there's a few more. There's like I2P and shit like that, but Tor is the easiest one. More. I think it's the most user friendly. But yeah, make sure you use a VPN, which is a virtual private network, which gives you a lot more extra security. Stay away from the Church of Euthanasia because they're gonna fucking eat you and probably fuck you in the ass. Which is not good. I mean, I never tried it. Neither getting or doing. So, but yeah, stay away from the Church of Euthanasia because this, to me, it's like this fucking looks, sounds crazy. It's like crazy fucking all over the fucking place. And yeah, what else did we discuss? I don't know. Airport. You were in an airport.
Airports, live streaming.
Oh yeah. Live streaming, yes. Very well. Thank you very much for those of you who listened. Next week, hopefully, we'll have. Actually, I enjoyed this podcast. It was actually good. It's not, it's not a lot of people. You don't talk too much. You should talk more next time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You need to talk more. I feel like I talk too much.
No, you're fine.
No, I'm not fine because I know what I did. I talked a lot, and you need to talk a lot more as well. You're gonna realize that when you listen to the final product. Anyways, next week we're gonna be back as well. We're gonna be having the more podcasts actually. Don't forget that we're gonna have. I'm just saying this the first time anyway. So fuck it. But basically, we're supposed to have guests at some point. Okay, we're in discussions still, and it's going to be interesting. Yeah, people are going to be talking a little bit about themselves, talking about some of the subjects that we've been having in the podcast. So that's pretty much interesting. And follow us on all the social media: Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. Instagram, we keep posting stuff on Instagram. That's cool. And just follow us for information for when we're posting the new episodes, possible events, possible Discord participations that you could have. You yourself could be a guest. You just got to join our Discord and talk to us. All right. So absolutely. And yeah, just expect improvement. As time goes by, these things happen, people have things to do with their lives and stuff. So, yeah. Dice, do you want to say byes?
I'm going to go make some waffles.
Okay.
Oh, make sure you check out our website too. We made a website.
Oh, right. Forgot about the website. Yes, the website is motpodcast.blogspot.com. So yeah, make sure you check it out. It basically has all the information I just mentioned. That's a good point. Why the fuck did I know what I just mentioned the website?
It also has our bios if you want to learn more about us, each individual podcaster.
Yeah, it has our phone numbers, our addresses as well. No, I'm just kidding.
Our social security card numbers, credit cards.
All of that stuff. All right, so we'll see you guys next week, and hope you guys enjoy this little bit with us, our company, and again, stay away from the fucking Church of Euthanasia. Bye-bye.
Bye.